Hello everyone, my name is Ellie Cupcakes and I'm back from my short vacation. Today we have a drawing inspired from the Cartoon Network challenge of my OC Elliot. I thought the colors would fit her nicely, and they did. I prepared a quick sketch underneath where we will place the colors, because other than the limited palette, the style of the challenge also requires to be lineless. For the most part, I used to draw that way a lot when I just started drawing, because I thought not having to deal with line art would have made things easier for me with vectors. Oh, sweet summer child. It's quite the opposite. Nonetheless, it's a very fun technique, and it's perfect for people like me that have a very flat approach to art. After deciding the pose, I started laying down the first color of the scheme. Most artists choose yellow as the base color, but since Elliot is blonde, I wanted to use it for that shape. The face is what I'm the most content of how it turned out. The full amount of colors, the high contrast and the expression made it look really nicely. This video is not going to be very focused on the process, as it's only placing colors on top of each other, so I'm gonna ramble about whatever. I was tempted to use a cut of it as a profile picture, but we are already working on a new one as I speak. Now that I think about it, I'm really behind on schedule for the June and July deadlines. There never seems to be enough time. Between projects, birthdays and recurrences, I don't know how I'll manage to finish everything without taking too much coffee. And also, this is the Pride month, so I wanted to draw another Bee Bazzo at some point before the last day. Speaking of him, it's been a while since I've been able to mindlessly sketch him, but I'll make sure to make some good use of the reference I saved for him, varying in poses and clothing. It didn't take long to finish the challenge. It barely took 3 hours, and I was surprised when exporting the recording that it took very little to be compressed in speed paint. It's also important to note that Elliot is the character I draw the most often and with the most care, so it makes sense that I can portray her very easily. I noticed I tend to give her very similar poses, very girly and cute, and I was thinking of getting more creative and wild to fully express her personality. Speaking of which, I have to be more careful when writing about her, because I recently started painting her with my own being, while our personalities are very different. And instead of her being more like me, I wanted to be more like her, kind, energetic, and most importantly, happy. Sadly, I don't have a tall, handsome drag addict to rely on for my minor tasks, so I will have to make do on my own. There were a lot of cuts in these recording sessions because we were chit-chatting a lot about Bloodborne yesterday, as I want to bring it back at some point after the Dark Souls run. I completely forgot about Chalice dungeons and how terribly fun they are because of the random aspect to them. So I definitely want to explore them to grab some rare runes and lost weapons. I was thinking we could use my OP character Alexander, since he already collected a bunch of them, but it will be no fun. We are going to start a new game with a certain cute blonde character and also keeping an eye open for the roots of an eventual no-death run. Because yeah, apparently you need to complete one of those before attempting a no-hit run. Who could have guessed? Along talking of difficulty, the pants of these drawings haven't been the easiest thing in the world. I had to remove some details such as the socks and some lines in the boots, which thankfully I changed to black instead of brown, because the change of hue interrupted the palette. Which reminds me, I made a poster with Bazzo and Elliot together. I should make a speed paint about it and talk how it was made and about them. How many Saturdays there is left in June? Do I have the time? No. Besides this one, only one is remaining, so I guess it will have to wait. In the end, I really like how it turned out. She looks very cute, as always, and I want to draw more stuff like this in the future. Since we are done with the video today, I shall remind you that right now, after it's been published, we are live playing. You guessed it, Dark Souls. We unlocked Priscilla's painting and we are going to mess things up in there. And also, there is an update about our hero Blorbo. which sadly will have to learn how to read to be intelligent. Come to see the adventures with your own eyes, and also, if you enjoy my videos, remember to subscribe and like if you want to see more. With that said, thanks for sticking by and thank you for watching. See you next time!